Yes.
Okay.
So, may I ask your name?
I'm Gary,
Gary from
England.
England. Oh,
So
Scotland.
Scotland. Hello, neighbour.
Oh yeah.
And
Davida.
Davida,
Yeah. From Israel.
Israel.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Sorry for coming in late.
No, it's
Fine.
all good. Are you disturbed?
No, I'm not disturbed at all.
Are you happy they are here? I'm happy. So, we have been. I've been sharing a little bit my way. So briefly, I will repeat. You don't mind?
I don't mind.
Not a little less, but just to share my language, the way of speaking. I use 0 and 1 mostly. Not only, but I refer to that. 0 is like the absolute or self, right? Some people might use different language, but to understand each other. And 1 is the one who came out of the absolute. So to make like a binary, we say binary?
Binary.
Binary language.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes teachers speak like I was telling them, you are the doer, and next day they will say you are not the doer. So the brain is like, what is saying? So the you are the doer is for the 1, you are not the doer is for 0. So do you understand this?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Then it makes things, for me at least, it makes things easy. Because you know from where it's spoken from. Otherwise, it's like people say, don't practice. Because you are that already. But if you are that, you are 0, you don't mind the 1 to do something. If you already, no problem. Why not? You practice drinking coffee or eating or sleeping. This is also, we can say, practice for the 1. So if you practice meditation, why not? As long as you know that it is not without intention. You are 0, and the 0 does not need anything. 0 is the peace which does not need peace, complete in itself. Like in Bhagavad Gita said, it cannot be burnt, it cannot be killed or cut, right? So she was asking, Lian was asking, why is the 1 coming up
from this complete.
Why the 0 needs the 1 to come up? So I see it as a gain, because this is in time and space. Time and space. I will repeat just that they understand. It's like a mirage. Tomorrow and there is never. We can never reach tomorrow and there. We can only be here and now. So tomorrow there is like a mirage, right? So whatever happened in that space and time, which is a mirage, is a mirage. So any experience, even the highest experience, as the highest consciousness or light or most beautiful beings or samadhi or state of consciousness, is an experience, right? But what we are is prior to any experience. It cannot be explained, like the Tao cannot be named, right? Once the Tao, you know better than me, is named, then it is not the eternal Tao. Tao taking. You understand Tao taking?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yes. You're with you, but
No.
she's from
Okay.
China. That's why I'm saying that.
Dao Di Cheng.
Tao Te Ching.
Dao Di
Oh,
Cheng.
Lao
Just
Tzu,
pronounce
Lao
it.
Tzu.
that.
How do you say Lao Tzu?
Lao Tzu.
Lao Tzu. Yes. So that's what we are as a Tao cannot be described. So that's why I use 0, because in 0 there is no space. So sorry?
It's infinite as well.
You can say that, but there is no space for any notion. So nothing can enter 0. Like in the Bible it is said, the rich cannot enter the kingdom of God. So you can understand that, like when you have some notion of what is good and bad or whatever, then you cannot enter the 0. Only the poor in spirit. So when you have no mind, then you are in the kingdom of God now, or nirvana. So nirvana is not somewhere else. It's when you see samsara as a dream, then it shifts as nirvana, and that's where we are. So if we believe that we have to reach nirvana, at a later point, then it's like in Christianity. If you behave well, you will go to heaven. Otherwise, you will go to hell. And I never liked it. I tried to practice a lot. I do a lot of meditation and this, but something felt some years back no, I can't do it anymore. And I found back what I had when I was young. I was a little bit like rock, punk, and again, no future and this. But it was right in a way, because you said, no, I don't want to wait to be in heaven or in nirvana. I would have to practice for how many lifetimes to go to nirvana. So you said no. And then when you can hear that you are already what you are seeking for now, so it can be heard from the mind or from maybe zero more. And the zero recognizes itself by itself to itself. You see, I'm already that now. I don't need to wait for anything. The I, the one can do anything. Like my last teacher of sound and light meditation, I was practicing for 20 years. He told me some years back, he said, what if from now, you have done many things in your past lives, in this life, what if from now you say, I don't go anywhere, I don't move, let your body and mind do whatever they like, but I stay here. And this here-ness is what Papaji also said. Stay here. You don't have to follow your body-mind. They can go in the dream, but you stay here. You don't move. Then it's over. But the dream is continuing. But you are that which is always never left and will never go anywhere. Do you understand? You want to ask something?
Not yet.
Yes, I started to speak about the fear. Because when the one is coming out of zero, then the fear, the existential fear, is coming with the one, the first one. So it's like the absolute God, and when it comes like the first God, then the fear of disappearing, because you acknowledge yourself as the first one. When you have no knowledge of yourself, as zero, then you're fine. But when you come out, then you say, oh, who am I? Oh, this. And then the fear starts. And then you create another one, and the second one, many ones. And then you get in love or in hate, these push and pull relationships. And then we go into that game. So I love you, I hate you. I love you, or to this one, I love you, I hate you. Sometimes we love ourselves, sometimes we hate. So it's a love and hate relationship. And the fear of living, sometimes it's the fear of living, sometimes the fear of dying, fear of enjoying, fear of losing what we enjoy. If I love someone, some people is like, no, I cannot love you. I cannot open my heart because the fear of losing that. Maybe related to some trauma, whatever. But it's all based on fear. So we are running, the mind, the I, is running away from itself, from the fear, because it thinks that it is dangerous. So he feels that he is in danger. But when we stop avoiding, running away, and facing the fear eyes to eye, if we are really daring to watch, I'm not scared. It's not you look at fear as something like that, but if it is there, you understand that tendency of the mind to run away from being here, always to be at the circumference of the circle. And when you withdraw attention from the object to the subject, to the one, the self-inquiry, then you will find yourself at the center of the wheel, which is not moving. This point is not moving. And you see, I never moved. It appears so. And in the Bible, it's also spoken about the tree of knowledge. And God said, don't bite the apple. Right? You remember that? You know that? So this is the Garden of Eden. But once we wanted to bite the apple, what is good and bad, then we go in the trilogy of the experiencer experiencing what is experienced, or the object, subject, object. So we split ourselves. It's a schizophrenia of our mind, right? But when we don't go into that, then we are in Eden, Garden of Eden now, the same as Nirvana. It's the same thing. We don't buy the apple, but the one cannot avoid to buy the apple because it is his duty to turn in the wheel like an hamster who will never go out. But as long as the one has a hope to go out, then he is confirming the reality of samsara, of the dream. So when you realize there is no hope for the one, you might give up and realize, oh, I'm already zero, I'm already that. And you let the one doing whatever and failing and whatever happens in the dream. But say, I'm fine. So
One is also a dream.
one is a part of the dream, yes. It's the first, like they say in the tradition I was before, the light and sound. Is the word of the Bible, or it is the eye of Advaita. The same thing. The first impulse. So this is the like the matches, the first of the dream. Could you understand? Mm-hmm. Yes. Anything you like to ask about that, or anything else? Anything you want to share or ask, or something which is troubling you, this is the right place to do, to bring it together and see what is there behind.
Okay. How does free will work in this sense? Like, if we just say, okay, I'll let the body and mind do what it does, and I'll stay here, is that the most free will that we have? Because like, if everything's just kind of a dream,
Yeah.
it's just I've heard people say free will does exist, and other people say they don't, and this is all within the teaching.
Both are true. Both are true.
Okay, yes.
That's why I bring 0 and 1.
Mm-hmm.
For the 1 there is free will, but for 0, from 0 there is no free will. Because when you question the existence of the 1, of the I, self-inquiry,
Mm-hmm.
if you really bring your attention from object to subject,
Mm-hmm.
you will see that the 1 is an hallucination. There is no 1 here. But when you keep your attention out, then it seems to exist. When you bring your attention in, you look at it, it disappears, right?
Okay.
So when you are out, you may seem to have free will. I need to choose something for the 1. But from 0, you can see it's not real. Everything happens by itself in the dream. So we may have some layers of dreams, our thinking, commentaries on what happens. So we might learn to dream less and come down to whatever is actually happening on the physical plane or astral plane, wherever we live, and what is. But what is not, because it's a dream, but it's the last dream.
So is it like, so this 1 come from the 0, and then 1 will create thousands of millions of other things because of this fear or things like that. So it's what you need to do is to come back to this 1, and then from the millions, and then understand the 1 is also a dream.
Yes, oneness is also a dream.
And then it's sink down to be the 0.
Prior to oneness.
Then you will remember why this game of the God happened, because you said that's a game.
Yeah, but for me, in the self, there is no need to remember, no need to know. The self is not two, not separate. So when you're in the Garden of Eden, like now we are, I don't know if you are with me there, but then there is no notion of why.
Is.
Why is it
Yes, is.
Just is.
Is.
This is.
Is. But if we push it to the end, we can say even...
Maybe light the thing, because they're getting...
This?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Can you...
distracting me a little bit.
I have only that, I'm sorry, it's not too nice.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's just...
The place will change if you're here from I will give talk on it today and tomorrow here, tomorrow morning also here, 10:30. But from 1st January it will be in Pekumbaran Road in my own place. So up to 15, 20 people can fit there, and otherwise a rooftop. So it will be no mosquitoes.
I don't mind the mosquitoes, but if we can help a little. Sorry to distract everyone.
Sorry?
I'm sorry to distract,
No, I like it.
but it keeps my mind was like staring. I was like,
You don't have a strong accent from Israel, you said, right? You're good.
thank you.
I mean about English. You have And I made another one yesterday, is like you. So I repeat the same days at a row. Yes. Usually, like French, Israeli people like French have strong accent, right? French also.
Israeli, yeah.
So where should I put it? Anybody is disturbed by this? I don't know what
this
is.
person here, I guess.
You don't need too much?
I just feel the
That's
bumps
okay, just a little bit's enough for me.
So like this is okay? You can adjust.
as you were.
Thank you. So where are we?
The Garden of Eden, I believe.
Sorry?
We were in the Garden of Eden.
Yes, or we left.
That's always.
No problem, you know, because people sometimes ask, I forgot and I was in the dream for 1 week or 1 minute, doesn't matter. But then when you come back, I did not move, it doesn't matter, I dreamed. It's only a dream, I don't need to judge it, because the mistake we do is to judge. I've been back in the dream, I should not have, you know. But if you don't catch that thought, I should not have gone back to the dream. Where are you left? Here. I did not move. I just the absence, you know, from presence to absence. So it's shifting. Because people say like the power of now, presence. But in deep sleep, where is the power of now? It's gone. So you are prior to the power of now. You are when you are not there. Even when you are not there, you are there. In absence, in deep sleep. So what you are is prior to absence, presence, or any concept. Finish?
Listening.
Yeah.
So the biggest fear probably is death.
So what?
The biggest fear probably is the death.
Is there death?
Yeah.
No, it depends. No. It's always shifting. For some people, it will be the fear of living. Some people, they want to die because they suffer and they are afraid to live. They don't want to face the challenge of life. So sometimes it's fear of living, sometimes fear of dying, sometimes fear, but it's the same. It's concave, convex, or whatever, mirroring. But the existential fear is the one. Came out with the one, you know, and it has many children. Fear of dying, fear of living, fear of rejoicing. Some people, they are afraid to rejoice because they are afraid, already anticipating, afraid to lose it. So people, for example, before to enter in a relationship, I see this as a man, for women, they're afraid to enjoy because they're afraid to lose it. It's from the past. I've been suffering from losing what I loved, so I don't want to love again. So we are afraid, always afraid. What to do? I don't know nothing works. For me, it's more better to see that nothing works, and that by seeing that nothing is working, then you relax in your zero-ness, in spite of whatever happens. Then it's a deeper relaxation than any intermediate relaxation. You relax in what you are, as what you are. And you don't mind whatever happens because you have no choice anyway. So you're at zero, you're here, and your destiny, karma, whatever, good, bad, suffering, enjoying, whatever comes, okay. But you don't move. And if sometimes you go in the dream, when you come, you remember, you realize you're here, no problem. But it's only moving like that. And even your attention is shifting, or your state of consciousness. But what you are is not minding this game, because somehow it knows, or not, It's a game. It's not. It's not even knowing, but it's you are what you are, and then the self is expressing itself, and sometimes not. Sometimes has a shape, sometimes no shape. But for the self, for what you are, it doesn't make difference. Only for the one. Pain, this, that, chai, coffee, girlfriend, no girlfriend, boy, this, parents, this, or whatever. It's always appearing, disappearing, night, day. So what can we do? In zero, there is no doing. But in what came out of zero, then it starts to do. So the one wants to do something to go back to zero. But that's where we get stuck, because it does not work. It may be helpful, so some teachers say don't practice anything and this. I would say to explain why it might be helpful to practice, to bring the attention which is on object, to bring it back to the subject. From the circumference, our attention is dispersed, scattered, then we center the attention to the one, to the center. That's self-inquiry. So some people call this who am I, or neti. You can deny neti, I'm not this, I'm not that. But in fact, you're always also that, as it's a manifestation of the self. But it's a method to say neti, to come back to what is left, right? Or who am I, or is that true? Even what Baron Katie called the work, is that true? It's also self-inquiry. Is that true? You have a thought or an emotion or something, and you don't go through all these questions or too much inside, but just, is that true? It's like, who am I? It's like a self-inquiry is more like a seeing. For me, it's like a seeing. You're here without a seer. Seer seeing the scene, no, just seeing. And when the thoughts come, it's like a cloth, A cloth is coming, a thought, and you grasp the cloth, and you put it on, and you say, oh, I think that, yeah. But nobody asks you anything. The thought is just like a cloud, and we take the cloth and we put it on. You say, I. But if you don't do that, then the clothes will go like this, and you stay here, and so many clouds, so many clothes. So you can see the game like this. To not grasp. For example, if you, like yesterday or the day before, somebody say yes, but I don't feel I'm quite there. You are here. If you don't grasp the thought, where are you left? It's very easy. Ramana said, you have only one thing to do. As long as you believe you are in bondage, you have to get rid of the ideas that you are not, that you need to be free. But when you don't have the ideas that you need to be free, then it's done. I mean, done. Nothing is done, but you are here and bas. And the self of Ramana or Buddha or yourself or myself is not different. Only Ramana, destiny, manifestation in the expression is different, but the self is not different. So the self of a murderer or of Ramana is the same self. Only it appears for the mind that this is good, this is bad. But for the self, it's just
Is.
Huh?
Just is.
Yeah, what just is. Yes. So, but is also, is cannot even penetrate in zero. So you can say is not, is what is real. That's why I like zero, because in zero nothing can come in. Even is it really, if it's a dream? So we don't know what we are. We don't know. We have no idea. Any idea would be too much, like they say in China, or Tao taking. Can I learn from you one more time?
道德经
Huh?
道德经
Tao taking.
Yeah.
Tao taking.
道德经.
道德经 yes.
Tao taking. There you go. So
So if you say there's no who am I, then that's what Ramana's based on.
yes, No, who am I? Did I say there is no who am I? No, I said it's a inquiry. I would put all these tools as a category of in the inquiry, and including who am I, or Karl Renz he does not like who am I. He says am I, because there is a controversy that Ramana was not. Some people say he was saying who am I, and some other people say no, am I, not who am I. So some people feel who am I is too personal. So it's up to you. But for me, the idea of inquiry is just to in a seeing. So an inquiry, self-inquiry is the same. You bring attention from object to subject, to the I, and you stay there. But one interesting thing is that when you are with the intention of burning or killing that I, you really might burn a lot, especially here. This is what I experienced myself. We really in that self-inquiry, and you want to kill it, and the fucker, I want to get rid of him, you know. But the intention is a movement, so it's like you are. It's too much, so it creates a lot of fire because the devil is resisting, you know, because you try to kill the devil with the devil, right? In a way. But if you have no intention, because you see the eye is a phantom, it's not real, so you don't mind the eye to be here or not here. This is very different. Then you are at zero what you are, and you don't mind there is eye or no eye. There was a teacher who was saying last year, he was saying like, no, my teacher was like this, he has a bottle, and he was checking the bottle to see if there is still some eye. But for me, you have to wait again, like in the Bible or the Christianity. To be in heaven, you have to wait for your bottle to be empty. And no, sorry, I am that. I don't need the eye to go or not go. I see it's a phantom. And then the fire become cool, because you are not trying to kill the devil with the devil.
But isn't the I the ego?
Yes.
Yeah. So
I mean,
why is everything around the I? Which means you're convincing, in a way I feel a lot around here, is convincing yourself that your ego is dominant above others. It's promoting the ego.
No.
Thinking
no,
of
no.
I. It's not me. It's I. It's very
No,
powerful.
it's seeing the I as a phantom. Same. For me, there is no difference. This is I can call this the beggar or the first devil. This one, and he created all the devils or beggars, like Ramsurat Kumar. He was calling this beggar, but the beggar is the one, not zero. As zero, what can we say?
There's no I in a zero.
Yes, but this one.
Then why is everything around? I have a problem with the I here. Everything's I, and I feel that egos become I's.
Yes, that's why my experience might interest you.
Okay.
Because waiting for the bottle of the eye to finish, people are practicing that one day there will be no eye, and that is activating the fire.
Mm-hmm.
And it will, for me, I prefer the approach to see it in this seeing that it's not real. If you see I is a phantom, and you don't mind it to be there or not, you have no trouble. As zero, you don't mind nothing. You don't mind anything. Then the fire becomes cool. It's not the same. It becomes like a nectar.
Then why is there so much importance to the I?
Because it helps to bring attention there to the center. Because if your attention is scattered, then you run after objects outside, and none of them, they will satisfy you for some time. You find an ice cream, you're happy for 5 minutes, and then it's gone, right? Or whatever. Mm-hmm. So you learn to bring your attention to the center. You can call the center the eye. But then you watch at it. Either you have the intention to kill it, that it disappears. It should not be here. It should not be here. For me, it's already too much of an intention.
Correct.
It's better to have the seeing that it's not real. If you question, you see it, and you see that it's not existing. It seems it's like a phantom, like this show. All this show is like an appearance, and I is the first part of it. Everybody thinks he's the queen of the world, the center, right? You think you're the center. Everybody is the center of the world, right?
But at the same time,
But it's-
you're one with the world.
Yeah, we could say that, but I prefer to go straight to
I'm
the
just
zero.
trying to analyze the I part because I feel like here there's so much on the I which doesn't let, as observing.
No, that's good.
That's what when I see the who am I, I don't like it that much. I feel a lot of ego there.
Yes, and that's what I
I say
told
it's
you.
not even me; it's an I.
Yes, so we share. We have the same experience.
Okay.
I found to practice it. I did into that very much, and I felt it was this
No, I
fire of
did
trying to make it disappear, and it does not work. I mean, it doesn't work. I don't know. Maybe for some people, but for me, to see it as a phantom, it does not give him importance. If you want to kill him, you give him importance, and it's like real. You know, and people, or many people are in that, and that's what you feel. You feel a lot of, not you personally, but from the self-inquiry, and I will tell you a dream I had when I was teenager. Very nice. I didn't know what it meant at that time, but there was like a dog, but like more like a beast, you know, of fire. And I was in the garden of my parents. I was with a torch of fire, you know, trying to kill it. But the more I was shooting with fire, the more it was becoming bigger and terrible and this. And I guess I woke up. And for me, it is this even self-inquiry wanting to make this I to disappear. It's like fighting the devil with the devil. But before to do that, what we do in the world, when you don't, before to do self-inquiry, we try to kill other devils, all, because they disturb, they don't behave as we like. So
Why
we
kill and not accept.
yes, but I go to the
Okay.
further extent that the devil is like sometimes love and hate, you know, game. So sometimes you behave like I want, I like you. You don't behave as I like, so I hate you. To make it short, this is a tendency of the mind, right? But then you do self-inquiry because you find it's not sustainable. How long can you suffer and this, and you come back to as a seeker and you bring your attention to the I. But then, if you have the intention to make it that it should not be there, for me it's too much. And that's where the fire burns. But if you're more in a soft seeing as a phantom, and you don't fight, you don't need what you are as zero does not need the I to go, it doesn't mind. Ego, no ego, I don't know what is that, you know? Like I don't mind. Who cares? Who cares? The one cares. The one wants to kill the one. And the fire is
Because that's the ego. The ego will
Yes.
fight back. But if you just say that's fine, even with fear, if you just accept it and say this is fear, that feels good, that's fine,
yeah.
then
Yes.
you're eliminating the
Yes.
ego wants to fight the fire, sees fighter,
Yes.
wants to take it.
Yes. So you're good. But you
Oh, but I'm okay.
what? No, go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
Go ahead.
No.
But as zero, the zero does not even need to accept anything. That's why I use this 0 and 1. The 1 can accept or reject. This pull and push. The 1 pull and push. But 0 does not need to pull and push anything, is complete in itself. It's only the game of the 1. But for some time it might be useful for the 1 to be more quiet, to accept, or to go in acceptance. But it's the 1. 0 does not need to accept anything, is everything or nothing.
So as a journey for people, you say the journey would be conquering your 1 in order to reach a 0.
Can you repeat? Conquering?
Conquering
The
the
one?
1
No.
to reach the 0.
No. The opposite. To let it as it is. Because to conquer the 1 is like putting fire on the...
No, but
dog.
the 1 is the one that fights. If you conquer the urge to fight,
But who will conquer the 1?
that's giving in. That's saying, here, take me.
But who is conquering the 1?
The 0.
No, the 0 does
Or-
not need to conquer anything. That is the catch.
Not conquer, take over, we'll say.
It does not need
Like
that.
this.
It's a phantom.
Sorry? It's a phantom. It's better to see like this, that as a 0 you don't need to conquer anything. You're the king.
So
zero.
as a 1, what do you need to do?
whatever.
Let zero take over.
If you see from zero that the one has no free will, you let the one do whatever he likes, you don't mind. You have no preference. The one can do whatever he likes, it doesn't change anything for what you are. No change. No change. The mind can do whatever he likes. It's in the dream. For zero, it's all equal.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the free will is an illusion from zero. Then you let the one with his so-called free will, and it's like a mother. The mother will let the child play with a fake gun, plastic. He kill people. She knows it's a fake one, but she let the child play. So as zero, you don't mind the one, whatever, to do whatever. But you are like zero is like the mother watching the child, and the child is trying to accept or reject or to play or to be bad or good. But the mother, the zero, does not mind. You can do whatever you like. It's a dream. Dream as you like, and you have no choice anyway. So where is the problem?
When the one kicks in.
But
That's
is
the
it
problem.
problem for whom?
For whoever's letting the one kick in.
Yes, for anyone, but not for zero. For zero, it's never a problem.
Yes, but I see it as a point. As a person, the bliss would be staying in your zero.
But you are now.
Claro.
This is a bliss. That to see-
100%. But what if someone is stuck in the one without being the zero?
is always a zero. You cannot not be the zero.
Right. That the one takes over.
It doesn't matter for the zero. But if he
But
nets,
who cares on the final?
I agree with you. Who cares? Who cares?
Of course. I'm saying if someone isn't in tune with the zero and the one is taking over, how would you assist the zero to take over for that one?
The zero does not need assistance. Zero does not need any assistance.
Okay.
It's like no way, nothing. The absolute completeness is a satisfaction which does not need satisfaction or anything. The love which does not need love. So that's why I make it sharp. 0 and 1, it seems to me, I don't know yet, I'm trying it, but it seems to be very effective. Because there is no space for anything. 0 does not need anything, not even understanding, nothing. But the 1, we don't mind anything. Then you are free and or beyond freedom even.
Okay. I'll get to my next. I'll reach my point soon.
Yes.
No. Anyone questions?
Anyone want to ask something?
So the practice will be when you keep asking, who am I? And then find that I doesn't exist. Every I is a phantom. But who understand that? Who are you educating?
Zero.
The
You can
zero
say
doesn't need any education.
Yes, it's just seeing. You can say it's more like a seeing without a seer seeing what is seen. So it's more like when you try to find it, the more you look for the eye, the more it appears to not be there. Where is it?
The more you try to grab the eye, the more it disappears.
Yes, and you can do that in any way you like to sense if you want to try. It's good to try, maybe, to know that it doesn't work also. Nothing works. No practice, for me, nothing works. Because it's all for the one. And 0 does not need any practice. But you may try self-inquiry to see. Or sometimes I use it also. If I see my attention is scattered, I may bring it here. You can do anything. You can do self-inquiry, have a coffee, or so it will help to bring attention to the center. And like some Buddhists in Vipassana say, I was one time in Thailand, they say, first you withdraw to the camera, and then you throw the camera. But, this is very important what we say, I feel, about not this fight with the eye. And many people get stuck there, and you see in their face.
Yes.
Struggling.
So, what do you do to
I should
help
not
that?
be there.
What do you do to help that?
Relax. Take
No,
a shower.
no, I'm not talking about you if you're that.
I am.
What if you do to help someone stuck in that?
then I show, it's like a pointer to the zero. That you don't need that even. You don't need self-inquiry.
But how are you showing? Because he says I'm a 0, but he's a 1. Let's.
Yes,
for
but I'm
example.
speaking 0 to 0.
But the one hears, so the one says.
Yeah,
the
but
one is the ego, so the ego can't really hear because it says I'm already here. I'm
yes,
good.
but I'm talking 0 to 0 at the same time. So if the 0 hears, it's fine. If not,
So how are you talking to the 0?
How?
How do you
by itself?
How do you put the 1 aside and penetrate to
When
the 0?
I'm here myself, then it might be like seen from the same space or non-space, right? So if I speak, mostly, 2 days ago, there was a girl came here. She entered a little late and she sat, and we look at each other, and she was there, she was here. And afterwards, the mind came and this commenting. But just by watching each other, it happens often for me.
I'm saying I feel there are a lot going on here, and a lot of times you have ones.
So what do you mean here in Tiru?
In Tiru and other.
Yes.
I'm not. Yeah. Okay. Say you're speaking from a healer's point of view and assisting people and the urge to help. Okay.
Not really, because I feel
no,
I cannot.
I'm speaking.
No, but I'm not
kind of
saying that. I'm not. I cannot help what you are. 0. Maybe the 1 little bit, but.
I'm saying, how do you help someone realize they're 0 while they're 1? Stuck on 1.
So again, what I said, speaking from 0 to 0, if it can be heard, self to self, right? But at the same time, simultaneously giving some tips for the 1. Maybe if you need meditation, if your attention is too much scattered, then you can bring back your attention to the 1. Or you can self-inquiry, or you can do bhakti. Because bhakti is not different. You surrender to a higher power and you say, I self-surrender, surrender to God or whatever. So you surrender your I to God. Because you see, it's all God's will. This is bhakti, right? Or with your love or whatever, you surrender. Or any other practice, you can do pranayama to quiet your mind. If you are not, because to hear that you are 0, this is not this ear that you can hear.
So only the person can reach his own 0 by himself in a way.
It's already the person.
He can't.
It's already
outer
that.
help wouldn't be.
It's already that, but it can be heard from another ear, which is not this ear. And Jesus said that also. He said, if you have a ear for hearing, or something like that about hearing, but it's not this one, the mind, right? So it's like satsang is like a double sword. You speak 0 to 0 and 1 to 1, but you don't know. I have no authority to know or to do anything if the 0 can recognize itself or say, oh, I'm already that. This I cannot do anything, and I can only do this double talking, and I speak to the 1 and 0 at the same time, right? I'm here. I feel it. I'm talking to 0. I'm in this 0 space, and at the same time the 1 is talking. Then it's happened, but I don't have anything to do. I'm not doing anything. It's happening by itself, and whoever will catch whatever from where they are. But when you see that you are that, oh my God! So it can be an insight first, and then when you have a first kind of awakening, what will happen afterwards? The mind will come back. No, it's not possible. It's too simple, and this and that. All the comment of the mind. But then you have to learn to not grasp these thoughts, to not believe them, and to stay where you are, and to not catch any. No, but I need this, I'm not yet that, it will take time. I feel, but I'm not really the self yet. Any comment, so many stupid comment from the mind. But you don't need to buy them. This is a supermarket. So that's why Jesus went to the temple and kicked the table of the sellers, the merchant in the temple. The thought said, what are you doing in the temple of my father? The temple of my father is zeroness, if we can say that. And then is by not catching the sword. When you kick the sword, you don't catch them. No, I don't buy. The mind is saying you are not that yet. You don't need to catch anything. You are that now. or not?
Yeah, I'm talking about a system.
Huh?
Yeah.
Do you have any
No.
comment? Or...
No, I'm just listening.
Listening. Are you on the same line? You are. Is it wrong or right?
I don't know. Yeah,
You don't know.
I'm kind of, yeah, I'm very low level.
Who am I?
Yeah, I've just bought the
Chapter
Who Am I
1.
book, but I've not read it yet.
Yes.
That's my first.
So you see,
my first book.
for example, I'm on the low level. This is what you said.
Yeah,
This is what is this?
I don't know
You don't know? From where is it coming from?
from what.
I am low level. From where is it coming from?
I'm not very experienced in.
Yeah, but from where it's coming in your system? From the mind, right?
Yeah,
So we call this a thought.
yeah.
If you don't catch the thought, if you don't trust it, what happens?
Don't know.
But is it true? When you don't catch the thought, what is the validity of the thought? What is the truth in the thought? When you don't catch it, I am on a very low level.
Ah,
When you don't catch it,
that's true.
sorry?
That's true.
Then this thought is not true.
It
When
is
you don't
true.
catch, sorry?
It is true.
When you catch it. Because like I said, you see,
Being a 0 or 1.
I'm on a very, this is the thought. I am
It's
on
a
a very
jumper.
low level. Okay? Then what you do? Do that. And you say, oh, I'm on a very low level.
Yeah.
You caught the thought.
Okay.
You caught the thought and you dress yourself with the thought and you say,
Yeah.
I'm on a very low level. But if
Yeah.
you don't catch the thought,
Okay.
then, is
Then-
it true? Where is the thought? You don't dress yourself with that thought. So is it true? Still true?
Yeah.
Is it still true?
Yeah.
Even if you don't catch it.
Yeah.
So who gives validity to the thought?
Me.
Me.
I.
So maybe you can question that one. Self-inquiry.
Okay.
So you can question that one, self-inquiry, and also question your thought, any belief, to not grasp them. A thought is coming, it's an addiction, we are like junkies of the mind. So you're used to catch and believe it's true. So this thought, is that true?
So am I low level, or am I?
You're that.
There's no. I am this.
There is no I, no low. In zero, yourself and myself is the same.
Okay.
Right? Only the mind thinks that there is I and low. But for me, you are same. Myself is self is the same. But the mind is commenting on this. Jesus is this and this and this or this. But there is no difference.
But I am learning, still learning.
Yeah, but the one is learning. But the zero, the self that you are, is perfect already. What you are is perfect.
I'm okay.
What you are is your nature. What you are is perfect. But the zero is dreaming to be a one, to be imperfect. Can you see that?
Maybe.
Maybe. So maybe ask more about something. Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
But that's the
Thank you.
I was liking that.
But that's the
Go back in.
the precondition that you put this as the fundamental theory. It's like everyone is zero. And
That what? That?
everyone is zero.
Everyone is zero?
Yeah, we all the same, like no low level or any of these things.
No, it's not. Okay,
Yeah.
I listen.
So because if you get this as a precondition thing, then whatever, like you catch this, call this, that say I'm the low level. Why? If you ask why, then you give a lot of reasons, like I'm the first time, or when I was a child, blah blah. There are lots of reasons, but they won't. If you go deeper, then they are not real. Yeah, but that sounds really reasonable for me. But still, that's a theory. you tell me, or a lot of things tell me, or books tell me, and I didn't
Experience yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
So I need to do it myself, or I just trust it? And
So if
that's it?
this one, we can catch this one. I did not experience it myself. What is that?
I did not expect.
I did not experience it myself. Can we take that statement?
Yeah.
What's it?
Yeah.
So what is it?
Who have that?
What is it? Is it a thought? Is it not a thought?
Yeah, but this is.
If you don't check this thought, where are you?
It goes to the circle again.
Sorry?
I mean, yeah. If this is just a theory, I get a code.
No, it's not a theory. You just don't grasp it. It's not a theory. You don't grasp it. Then where are you now? You see how it works? If you don't grasp it, then it has no value. We give value to the thought. We make them real. Sorry?
Validation.
Yes.
We validate.
We give them existence. I mean, it's like an appearance, but by going there and taking them, we say it's true. Because is it you are thinking, or you are being thought, or the mind is thinking by yourself, or can you think anything yourself?
You may think of other reasons.
I mean, what is the thought? Who is thinking? Who is thinking?
What is the thought?
Who is thinking?
Who is
Who
thinking?
says you
saying
know
that?
or don't know? Who's
The
saying
to-
that you're not on the right level? Who's saying that?
And full thing like I haven't experienced by myself.
Yes, but it is, you know, the one who is talking when you say that. Is it the zero or the one?
The one.
Yes. But what are you? Are you not prior to that? Where are you now? What is that?
Where are we?
Well, without thought. What could you be without thought? So just stay there. You don't need to go anywhere. You're here, and you don't grasp the thought. You don't believe them. That's all. You don't need to move. You just do body and mind moving, but the mind moves, the body moves, but you stay here, and you don't give validity to anything, and it's over. It's easy. So it's a permanent meditation, 24/7. It's not just, I see so, whatever. It's a permanent, 24/7. Or maybe when you're absent, you're on holiday, you're doing deep sleep, then you don't even need, what you are never need anything anyway, but sometimes you are in absence, then there is no question. But when the eye come back, or trouble the mind with thought, then you don't need, maybe this is like the last practice. You don't need, it's a kind of practice for the one to not catch. Because the zero does not need even to practice that. Zero is perfect itself. But the one, to make it softer, can learn this non-grasping. So we can call this the last practice, which the zero that you are does not even need. Right? Then it becomes easy. At least for me. It simplifies a lot of burden. Yes.
I don't have a question.
You're very bad.
No,
There's no
I'm
good or
following you. Okay, I'll try and come up with one because I'm following you. But I do this all the time. Well, not all the time, but I do it a lot. But I take it too seriously, so I'm suffering.
What you did too seriously is the self-inquiry?
Yeah, well, the self-inquiry, or I think it's because I'm often really enjoying an experience, which seems like meditation. So when it goes, I'm unhappy about it. It's like, oh, well, who's unhappy? But, oh, I think I just put too much force into it, you know what I mean? I'm kind of pushing it too hard.
You want to find it again?
Yeah, I want to find it again, or I want to kill it, you know what I mean? I want
To call it?
to kill, to slaughter.
to activate.
Harsh.
Yeah, I didn't eat this.
Take it down.
To annihilate. Yeah? So
To annihilate the thought or the I or
the thought, yeah, or everything that gets in the way. But when I'm with you, because you're doing the talking, I can experience this, and it's really blissful. But it's because I don't have to be doing what you're doing just now by talking, if you see what I mean. So the one's the problem, but just now in this experience, you're doing the job of the one, so I can be in the zero. I know it's not really a question.
No,
I'm saying I'm
follow
usually
you.
frustrated in my life because of that.
But that's why the satsang is meant for that, to have good company for some time maybe, and then it become more natural. You see, I've been to a lot of satsang too, but now I feel like being a support because I feel it. I have no choice. Also, it just I see some people ask me why, because I feel it's there, and it's not like I'm awakened or something like this. I don't believe in that things, but just. And it's happening, and you can be a support. So it's a support for the one. The zero that you are does not need any support, right? So I like to say both at the same time. But when the one is a travel, this thought you can question. You said the one is a travel. When I'm alone, here it's easier, right? You have a support. When you're on your own, sometimes okay, sometimes it's I is a travel.
Yes.
But this might be your thing. I trouble? You are like a warrior, like me in my dream, wanting to kill the devil, you know?
Yes.
It should not be there. It should not be there. It's sustaining the dream. So you sustain, and why you sustain? Because you don't want to disappear. The I want to stay, so it pretends to want to kill itself,
Okay.
but it's a crazy game. But when you see you don't mind if it is here or not, then it loses its power. You stop activating it. This is a game.
Yeah, I really follow you, yes.
So it's a search to reach the zero when you have to be a one. When your one has to work. Yeah?
Yes.
Zero does not need anything, but the one you can help. And to see that the one is a phantom who is dreaming that he needs help, that he's sick, he's home. But as zero, you can see, if you're ready to see that you are the home yourself. And from home, you see the one seeking, and you love. It will never stop, because you never started. So it's like eternal game, and like children, you see children play and say, okay, let the children play. It doesn't matter. For you, it doesn't matter. You know, it's not really happening. It appears to be real.
And it doesn't need to go anywhere.
It doesn't need to go. Because the idea to need it to go, sustain it. Then?
Yeah, that just puts the fire to the one.
Yes.
I want to, I need to. I.
Yes, and this is the fire that you don't like. Now you don't need this fire. You see it. You don't need that fight. But then less fire and maybe less anger, I don't know, or more, I don't know. No, but usually it's more cooling fire. Because the fight ceases. From a warrior, then it's like a phantom warrior. And you laugh. And then you laugh at the warrior, at the one, trying to kill itself. But by trying to kill itself, it's sustaining itself. It's a catch-22, you can say, maybe, something like that. Maybe you ask something? From anything.
I don't think I have anything to ask.
Any?
I don't think I have anything to ask.
You don't have anything to ask? It's fine. Or to comment?
No.
No. Do you
It's
relate?
nice though to listen.
Sorry?
It's nice to listen.
Yes. How do you feel? Does it give you some? You feel release somehow? or
This is
something?
maybe the third or fourth satsang I've been to.
The fourth?
third or fourth. Yeah, and it's always I always have something at the end to think about, which is nice.
You like to think about it.
Yeah, I like to think about it.
And then at some point you will say, oh, I don't need to think about it.
Yeah.
Or not, whatever.
Yeah, maybe then I'll.
Yes.
Don't know.
But it's, I'm laughing, but I understand what you mean. That for the one, is to have some understanding, it's like give some relaxation somehow. But at the same time, that seeing that what you are does not need to understand anything, but does not need to prevent the one to understand or to seek. It's okay, because also to say I'm not a seeker anymore or something like that, or I'm realized or something like that. So it's again in the game. I don't need to seek. No, the one is a seeker by essence. The one will always seek. It is in nature, and you don't mind the one to be a seeker, and you enjoy, as the mother zero enjoys the one seeking. Sometimes it's not thinking, sometimes seeking, sometimes thinking.
The zero accepts everything. And
Oh,
he won't stop anything. He'll still watch it go by. He'll
Yes,
still
just
observe. He'll
all
still
okay.
accept.
Nothing to accept anything. Just
You never reach a point where you say, I don't need anymore. I'm good, thank you.
yes.
Right?
It
The
can be
zero
there.
will accept everything. If
Yeah,
it comes,
beyond
it'll
acceptation.
accept it.
Beyond acceptation.
Hmm?
It's
Zero
beyond
accept-
acceptation, because acceptation is the movement of the one. You need to accept. Zero
Right.
does not need to accept anything. No notion can enter of because if you understand that the mind is a push and pull game. Push and pull. I love you, I hate you, right? Or something, anything. One day I like ice cream, the next day I have stomach, I don't. I hate ice cream.
Stop with the hate. It's a harsh word for me.
Yes.
Don't like.
But it's good to hear it.
No, I don't like the word hate.
Yeah, but still it is said. So what you are doing
Use
with
it for things that you really hate.
Huh?
Use it for things you really hate. Sorry, it's a soft spot, the word
Yeah,
hate.
but that's good to face. You know, it's like the fear. The fear.
Yeah, no problem. But you're talking about ice cream. Why use such a harsh word like hate? I'm sorry, I have a problem with the word hate.
But
It's very
that's good.
powerful and very deep. I believe
So
in
who
words.
is having a problem with hate? The one or the
Everyone.
zero?
As a word, I don't think it should be used lightly.
It should not.
No,
It should not.
no.
If you look well, what is troubling our life is should and should not.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are in fight. Again, we, like me in my dream, we try to kill the devil. Should not. So we kill the devil. It should not.
But
This-
you
this
call
word
it
should not
devil
be
when
here.
it's relevant. Don't call ice cream a devil.
Yes, but people are
In a way,
killing,
you
no, in
can.
the world. People are killing, some people are
So
raping.
that is hate. But talking about ice cream isn't hate.
The world is like that, right? Is there not killing in the world? Is it not terrible to see that? But is it not part of the dream? Is it or not part of the dream? Killing, raping. It's terrible.
But are you going to use raping just like that? It's like you like the word slaughter. That's a powerful word.
Yes, but it's, you know, I saw it for me, that to choose only a part of the dream and to reject another part, then you fuck yourself. Because
Why not understand what acknowledging a feeling and not exaggerating, we'll call it. I believe in the power of words. And if the word is exaggerating, it's
Yeah, but the question is, who is touch? You know, whenever you feel, because if you
it's a
keep
it's a zzz.
yes, so
Yeah.
can we slow down and I will
Oh,
tell you
perfect.
something,
Good.
because this is very important. If you catch that, no, attention is outside on the object. The object is a word or a person saying a word which is offending you or you feel triggered, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you bring up your string, you have some strings and you use the string, you bring back to the one. And you don't keep your attention on outside and the object to change the object or anything.
Mm-hmm.
The one who is perceiving is the one who has to be watched, not the object. So if you are triggered by something, I invite you sincerely from heart to heart, stay there and don't see the fault outside.
No problem.
Stay with the feeling. I know it's so hard.
No.
It's
I
a very-
like what you're saying, and I'm willing. Let's go on it.
It's a really
let's
hard
run
feeling.
on this.
And so if you go, I told you about Karl Renz, he's much more harsh than me, much more. And he would say any word, some people leave the room. But because the one is triggered. But if you are willing to really watch and to not leave the here-ness, that's where zero really itself.
Okay.
Because you don't fear yourself. You don't fear the worst devil. But the devil are not outside. The worst devil is this one. This is the worst devil, not outside. The one who is triggered by anything. And if you are daring, as I put on the poster, in the fearlessness of what you are daring to watch, to look at the most scaring devil.
No problem.
And you see it. And that's when, because if you don't look at it closely, you entertain their reality. When you push it away, you give power to them. This is double
I feel
sound.
the word hate gives it power.
Yes, but if you listen what I say, by pushing it away, trying to push it away, you give it power. But
Okay.
by not running away from it, it will lose its power.
Okay.
This is the opposite of what your mind is thinking. The mind is thinking, by push it away, I can avoid it. No. You will transcend it, demystify it by looking eye to eye.
Okay.
Don't be scared. You cannot.
No problem.
What you are cannot be burnt, cannot be cut. The worst devil cannot do anything to what you are. It might do to this body or to this body mind, but to what you are, nothing can happen. It's all in the dream, and the trigger happen in the dream, not for the zero that you are. And in that peace, come. Whatever is coming, you can breathe something, but I'm not running away. I stay here. I don't. It's an addiction to look for responsibility outside. But when you...
But why? What, are we responsible only for ourselves? What about the world? What about helping? What about
Yeah,
healing?
but if
what
you
about
are really
friends?
daring
What
to question the
I'm
essence...
daring to question, but you're saying even if I look at war or if I look at rape and you just say, it's fine.
No, it's fine. Not it's fine. This is a step too much. No, it's just keep
That's
your
exactly
attention.
what you're saying. I'm
No,
saying
no.
I don't use the word hate.
Not it's fine. It's just
But
keep your
when
attention
people,
here.
I try to awaken that in them as well, not to use the word hate, because it's such a powerful...
Yeah, but it was there. For me, everything is God's will.
Uh-huh. So
happened
now
by
I can
itself.
say rape and be, oh, that's fine.
Yes.
What? Why does your thing... But
But now you go
okay,
back to
but
the
don't
one.
we have a responsibility for the world? We're not just living
You can have.
in
I don't
general.
have.
We're not just blissful walking, and you can see crime. You could see things.
But you
We
just
do
have to see from where
as
you're
a soul,
speaking. You're
no
speaking
problem.
from zero, from one. Always come back to that.
It has nothing. It's not hate to
Who
me.
is-
You're talking about an ice cream.
But who
I
is,
don't care.
who is responsible for the world? The zero or the one?
I believe that we all have a part in making
No,
it a better
I'm talking
place.
to you asking the zero. or
It's
the
a one. It's clearly a one.
Yes.
So,
So
we're
why-
meant,
my
so are
job
we
is
meant to be zeros and not give a fuck about anything in the world?
exactly
I'm asking.
as zero. Yes.
But then that's selfish. That's just letting it be and saying crime may come and fall, this may this, and what about a healer? You should say you're my patient. Fuck you, whatever. What do I care? That's what you're saying.
If
Be
you
a
want to-
zero as
you
a
see
helper.
what?
No, I want to get deeper in the conversation. I love
yes.
this.
But if you want to stay there, it's fine for me. I have no problem. Really,
For what?
I don't mind you being in that.
What do you
What
mean
you
in
are to looking for responsibility outside. My message is learn to eat your own shit.
Of course. Only
This
after
is-
you eat your
oh.
shit can you.
Yes,
Move
that's
on
all.
with it.
But when we see the
I like
shit
eating my
outside,
shit. Don't worry.
when we see the shit outside, the responsibility outside, that the world should be different.
Not
listen.
should, but you could.
No, but
We'll
listen
call
to
it
me.
clean up a bag of garbage.
No, but
on your behalf.
let's come back to the.
Sorry, carry on.
We come back now. We slow down and come back to the from what you are.
Mhm.
The zero that you are does not need to change anything because he knows there is no actual free will, right? From the zero point of view. For the one, there is an illusion of an experience of free will. So the one think he can change the world, but for zero, it is seen that the one has no choice. So who is the one who is pretending to change the world? For me,
Why pretending though?
no. Let me finish.
Okay.
From the zero, which I am. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I see that it's the body mind is happening by itself, right? It seems to have a free will and a choice to work on the world or not, but it's all It's programmed. It's happening by itself. There is no free will seen from the zero. If you see that, then you're fine. If you come back to the one with the hate and this and anger and want to change the world, there should not be hate. You should not say the word hate. This so many should. When you go into the game of should not, then you are suffering a lot.
So
But
what are
if
you
you
saying?
go, I'm saying, go from your zero-ness or yourself. See, question the existence of the one, and if you question it and you see it's not really existing, that free will is not, also it's an appearance, then where is the problem?
Then what is the? We'll call it. This is very harsh, but what's the point then? Just sit back and enjoy the ride. We'll call it.
Yes, exactly. I can
Okay,
tell
and
you
what about kids being killed?
But you
Sit back and enjoy the
so,
ride.
As a zero, you don't need to prevent the one to do something or not. The one can do something for the kids, the one. But
One
you,
can help.
what are you?
I'm a zero.
Yes, so let the one do whatever he has to do. Why do you mind? Why do you mind?
That doesn't. Yeah, that's
Why do
fine.
you mind?
What do you mean? Why do you mind?
As zero, why do you mind
If
what
my
the one
one
is doing?
does something to
Yes,
help,
yes,
my zero doesn't necessarily mind. He doesn't.
yes,
He's
yes.
nowhere.
So why is the problem? The one will do what he has
The
to
one
do.
has a problem.
So let him alone.
Exactly.
Let him alone.
Fine, but
And
it's
don't
still the
mind.
same person.
No, the one, this one. If he has a problem, let him alone with his problem. But you don't mind.
Okay,
as
so
zero.
now the one is saying, I don't like the word hate, or trying
Yes.
to awaken
Yes.
within the other. Notice that hate, it has a lot of
triggering.
impact.
So stay here.
No problem.
Stay here.
I'm here.
Stay here with the one. And if the zero can recognize itself at the same time or whatever,
Yes.
and stay there, because attention outside will bring you always this anger and this and should not.
Yes.
And should not is to be in a. It's not for what we are. Should not is for the one, but you have to know what is your quest.
Very aware.
What is your quest? Where are you and what are you looking for? If you want to stay in the game of the one, then you can use should not. Yes, why not?
Okay, then if I stay in the game of the zero,
There is no game there.
there's okay in
There is
the bliss of the zero.
And you let the one with his should not, but you don't mind.
So being a zero forever and ever, I can just sit right here on the mat.
No, this is
and
not zero.
move,
This
ever.
is the one.
No,
No, this is the one.
one sec. The zero can technically sit on this chair and not do anything. Ever.
Zero has no form. What are you saying?
Exactly. So he's just nothing. He's just
it's
gonna
beyond nothing or
observe
everything.
everything.
It's beyond nothing or something. No notion can enter zero, right?
Mhm.
So you are already now in nirvana, kingdom of God, as zero, but dreaming that there is problem and the world should and should not be like that. Let the one dream.
It's
Why?
not should. It's
Yes,
what-
it should and should
it's
not.
what me as built of a zero and a one as a person, the outer existence. I'm really intrigued. That's why I'm gonna keep on going.
Do you mind?
Are you guys good with
No,
it?
I don't mind. It's good. Yeah.
Can I think I think it's like when you are in zero, you can still do the things.
You're always in zero.
Yeah.
You're always first.
Okay, yeah.
You're always that, no?
When I realize I'm zero and I can still do things, not just stay away in a cave or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not like being a zero is to do nothing about.
Yes.
Like, the
So what's the zero
children.
doing?
It's not
The
doing.
zero, it's
It's not doing.
She said you could still do things.
No,
So
the
what is
one,
he
the
doing?
one.
No, she said as a zero you can still
No,
do things.
no.
What
The
did you
one
say?
is doing.
so the one is doing, but the zero doesn't mind.
Exactly.
It will do whatever it needs to be done, but it's
Yes.
not because it should be, or I want to change the
Yes.
world, or this cannot
It's
be
like that.
happen.
Yes.
So the things still happen by itself.
By itself, right? Exactly.
But the one is doing.
The one is doing the dream of doing. He think
So
he's doing, but
is
no.
the one allowed to mind?
He can do whatever he like. He has
But
no
it's
choice.
still the same person.
He has no. Zero is not a person.
It's still the same being.
Zero is.
It's in me, right?
no,
and
it's
the
not
one
in
is
you.
out me.
It's not in you. There is no in and out for zero. In and out is
The zero is me.
No, this
No,
means
it's a state.
Is
You're
what
right,
you
you're right,
are,
I'm sorry.
or is not a state. Is prior to this one. So this one, suffer, want, should not this. But you don't need to stop the one. It is the catch. You don't need to stop the one.
But that's what you're saying to
Actually-
me. Stop the one.
No,
Yeah.
no.
The-
Now I'm telling you, you can, if you want to soothe your one, you can do self-inquiry, bring your attention this, here, and understand that to look for responsibilities outside will keep you further in the dream. So you want to be less in the dream as one, then you bring your attention there and you're more quiet because you stop seeing responsibility outside, and when you are triggered, you take responsibility for your triggering without throwing out outside.
But what do you mean throwing out? I'm saying
Not only you, everybody does that.
I know,
In
I
a couple
understand, don't worry.
relation, we throw
I no
our
problem.
shit
I like
on the
ugly
other one,
shit.
right? We throw it,
Yeah.
but to take responsibility for it and not to throw it.
Okay.
Stopping to look for responsibility outside. I'm eating my own shit, and by doing that, you stop running away, accusing the
Now,
world
say you're a
or others.
therapist or a teacher or anyone. You need to give a shit.
What's that? Can you repeat?
Being a person in the world, and we could take perfect examples as a therapist, a teacher, a guide. Right now, a satsang, a guru of any sort. You need to give a shit because you want to navigate the people around you to where they need to go.
But as zero, you don't need to go anywhere.
That's right. But as a one, you do. As a
No,
one, you need to guide.
No, you may need, but so at the same time, I can tell you, you can do self-inquiry, meditation, whatever you like,
Fine.
bhakti,
I understand
and
what
you
you're
understand
saying. I don't
why.
know if you
Okay,
get what I'm saying.
but it's a double message. I have double message. What you are does not need anything, but for the one, you can do something if you like to make it smoother. But for the
Okay.
zero, it doesn't make any difference. It's a double message. Because some teachers speak only 0 to 0, so to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Ramana was speaking from any level.
0 and 1s. we
And
said.
then wherever was the one, you can do. The first way is by silence. People were sitting and they could get it or realize they already that just in silence. Second step, if not, then he was speaking. Then third step, if not, then self-inquiry. Then if not, then maybe yoga or pranayama.
What
or
about
this.
listening? Listening. You speak about speaking, being. What about listening?
Yes, this is, you see somebody speaks, somebody listening. But it's important. So you can try to listening. Karl Renz is making the difference between listening and hearing.
Mm-hmm.
So he say listening is the real listening does not try to understand. But the hearing is a mental hearing and try to get it, catch it. So it's kind of satsang can be a place for that to make tired the mind to try to understand. Because at the end there is nothing to understand for what you are, right? So it's a multi-purpose company.
So the 0 is listening, but the 1 is hearing.
Maybe we can say that. Maybe. Then you are here and you don't mind understand at some point because the mind is still trying to grasping, understand, and it's normal. There is nothing wrong for that. But maybe at the same time or later or whatever, there is a listening without. Then it's more like a meditation. You don't even need to understand. There is like let go.
True.
No need to understand for what you are.
Okay.
But for the one,
May
it
I
might.
continue with this? Are we good? I just like digging up.
Yeah, that's really good. Because
Okay.
I also want to ask the same, but
Now-
now I really yes.
There's a process of, we'll call it enlightenment. Everyone suddenly, when they reach the enlightenment, they disappear. In a cave, and a this, they disappear. Which is, in one way, as you said, becoming a 0 forever and ever and ever, and eliminating a 1. Right? Yeah. Are we with me right now?
Then this is so.
No, one sec.
Oh yes.
Then this may be, we call it slikat achayut, the throwing of responsibility as a being in this world. Because now we may see a difference between what's being said here, the who am I, the searching for the I, that ego, which will be don't give a fuck in a way, Sorry,
Oh, you
don't give
offended
a-
me. Why
No,
did you
that's-
say words like that?
No, I mean, like,
I hate that.
think
I
we're-
hate that.
No, we all know we're. First of all, I like playing the devil's
Is it-
advocate, so
Yes.
it just makes it more interesting. So I'm putting it just black and white in
Yeah.
a way. So we're saying don't care about anything, but on the other hand, let's face it, we are humans, we are beings, we have zeros, but we have ones, right? And we have, I believe, purpose or meaning or substance in this world. We're not alone.
We're not
We are
alone.
we are alone, but we're not alone. We are alone, but we are one with all.
So
Do you have a commitment to not throw garbage in the street? Question.
I have no problem personally. I think it's a
Well, we're in
mistake.
India, so that's a little like not.
Commitment is nothing wrong for me. Because people think like a freak's freedom, the freedom of the freaks. I drive with my Harley Davidson and on the 66th road in the USA, and this is freedom. You know, I don't want any appointment or this is freedom and whatever, you know. And the people like this here, and I had this discussion recently, but it's a fake freedom. I'm in Tiru, I need to be with the flow, you know. So I cannot have appointment. But then you make another dependency on the flow. I'm on the flow, so I cannot have appointment. But that's fake freedom. What you are does not need to depend on a freedom which is fake. To not have appointment. No. Why?
I'm
Having a
personally
freedom.
like that. It's just not.
You understand
not-
what I mean?
I understand because I'm personally like that, but that's not liking a plan. That's saying let's see what the universe gives me.
But
it is a dependency in a way, but it's also a neutral.
yes, but if there is an appointment, is it not universe?
But if it's an appointment, then I may be going against the universe to make that appointment happen.
yes, so
Personally.
for me, freedom
From
is prior.
experience.
The real freedom that we are is prior to the. It's not a circumstantial freedom. If it's a freedom that need things to be like this or like that, if my freedom is depending of being on the flow, then it's a fake freedom because it's again a dependency, right?
But it's a flow. But the universe is also a part in this.
Yes, but
It's a flow. I'm a flow.
commitment is not part of the system.
Commitment, that's not a
Or
flow.
appointment.
That's appointment that may cut off a flow. That may cut off an energy that's meant to happen. Yes.
But if you have an appointment to the dentist, you would go there or not?
I may not, depending on the flow.
Then it is your story.
I know.
But it's
what I want it's very easy for me to have this
Yeah.
conversation because that's
Yeah.
100% me.
Yes. So
No, with the dentist, I'll build around it. But if I don't need the appointment, I'd rather flow.
yeah, you can do as you like. But the idea which I'm sharing
But
is
this has nothing to do with what I'm asking.
is
Understand? Okay.
is about the landing somewhere, anywhere. The landing of I can only be in the flow and then I cannot. This I feel it. I don't know for you. I see it. It's fake. It's fake, and you don't
To
like
you.
for
For me, appointments are fake.
everything is fake.
Exactly.
Everything
Exactly.
is fake. So why do you mind?
So why is this right and that's wrong? Everyone will give the validation.
No, I
Sorry,
agree with
carry
you
on.
because for me, I have no preference. Flow, appointment is fine. But you have a preference for one, then it's another prison, another chain. Anywhere you land is a chain.
Okay.
If you land in something, you have a preference, you fucked again.
Okay.
No preference. What you are does not have any preference. It's like people say, I have been suffering a lot in relationships, so I don't want. But this I don't want. 1 week later, somebody come and you fall in love. Say, oh, I said I don't want. Because you have the illusion of free will, but you have no idea. You have no idea that you will meet someone. But this preference is fake because you have no control. The preference is there because you think you have a free will, but it's fake.
Will doesn't exist.
No, it's fake. It happened by itself. How many people I love you, the next day, 1 week later, I hate you. Sorry. But it's true or not? Is it not true? It happened like that.
It can happen. Like
So
that.
what can we believe in? You can't believe in. It's all fake. All fake.
Yeah, what
fake.
you're saying is just live in the now. 100%. That has nothing to do with
Prior
a
to the
fake
now.
or a
Prior to
fake
the
or
now.
a. That's accept whatever may happen.
No need to accept it. What you are doesn't need to accept.
Okay.
You see?
You're saying now I'm in love and in 1 week I may not.
It's for the one. I'm talking
Any-
to the one, right? But
Oh.
as zero, from
Fine.
zero, you can see that
As a zero,
you don't
it's
mind the one playing
accepting
this
everything.
game. Huh?
As a zero, it's an accepting or a gazing or observing or a...
No movement. In zero, there is no. You see, zero, there is no movement because there is no space. Nothing can enter. So any idea of movement is a movement too much. Acceptance is a movement. It's for the
Okay.
one. In zero, there is no movement.
When you say the zero, I picture it as a heartbeat when it goes... beep.
Shruti. You can call this also Shruti.
Shruti?
Shruti, like Shruti.
What language
In
is
India,
that?
it's like
Just so I know.
a sound.
Oh, that's what
the music they play for the.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's for me, I use it as a no notion space. No notion can enter there. So it's easy. It's like the neti. Ultimate, you are the ultimate neti. It's like a machine. It's like Shiva, and nothing can enter. Nothing can enter. No notion. But the dream, the one dreaming that and this and that and suffering and enjoying, continue, but you don't mind. But you go into the game of movement to change something as zero. I'm speaking.
Oh, okay. No.
But the one
Zero
will
is
keep
nothing.
on. The one will keep on. He cannot do otherwise.
So
Right?
according to the, we'll call it Who Am I movement, what isn't... I like being brutal just so it's understood.
You see? You
No,
like to be
right now.
brutal, and you don't
I
like
have to be
when
the
I am
devil's
brutal.
advocate.
You don't like it.
If you would
but
be...
you like to be brutal.
Yeah. Hate is a
Brutal.
personal thing. If you were saying what I'm saying, I'd probably say what you're saying. I like spicing it
So
up.
this is a good mirror, right?
Oh yeah, of course. I like it that you're with it. Like, it's fun because then it could
Little fire.
intrigue our mind, open it more. Understood.
And give up at some point.
Open
maybe,
up
or not.
every... Why?
No, or not. It doesn't matter.
Oh, you want me to...
It
I
doesn't
could
matter.
shut up now and say, yeah, it's okay.
No, it doesn't matter.
Very interesting for
No,
everyone.
I mean, get it or not, or understand or not, it doesn't matter. For what you are, it's just a game. You know, when people ask to Ramana, if we already that, why are you talking to people and this sad song or whatever? He said, it's just sport.
Yeah.
Just what?
Sport.
Yeah.
Like sporting.
Sport.
Running,
Exercise our brain.
exercise, or whatever. This is a dream, a game. So it's just a sport. But what we are doesn't mind this sport because it knows it's a dream and it's not really happening.
Mm-hmm.
Just, it's like Matrix. You're in your like this and put the thread and say, okay, let's start.
Exactly.
We're on the Matrix, but what we are is not moving. What we are.
So you're bringing me back to what we started. So
Sorry.
we didn't... No, why
I'm
sorry?
joking.
This is
I'm
perfect.
joking.
It's a
Yeah.
perfect circular. No. I'm not attacking. I'm not anything. I'm loving this conversation, actually.
You cannot kill this devil anyway.
Exactly. No. I'm saying
I
I'm
cannot kill
loving
this one and
it.
you cannot
I'm
kill this
loving
one.
it a lot. I'm saying if there is this conflict, right? That you're saying a satsang would be a sport, a thought is a sport. But eventually we do have this world. I am going to finish the satsang and walk outside and sit for a chai, probably.
But do you need to grasp this eye?
Yes.
Why?
But the
Are you
eye is
sure?
still existing.
But this is the problem.
Okay, so it's not existing, so I'll just sit
It's,
like this
no,
for the rest
no,
of
no,
my
no,
life.
no. You can try. Without the eye, or not, the
I'm saying
phantom
the
eye,
movement.
it will move. The body will move. It will do what it has to do. You can change a movie.
Mm-hmm.
But the eye is seen as a phantom, right?
Okay.
But you don't say, I have to move. And then you follow, again, you go and you take your eye again. Like a big backpack, 30 kilos. The eye is very heavy. Why do you want to take it for
No,
real?
I want the we.
No, but you
not
say,
the
I
I, the
exist. I exist.
We exist.
I
This universe-
exist is the root cause of suffering. I exist. If you
True.
believe that one,
I change
if
it to we.
you question it, I exist, then you see it as a phantom, and then the movie changed for you.
And if we
The-
exist,
the-
do we exist?
We is separation, I and you. Then this
Okay.
is a dream.
So if we're taking this black and white, then you're saying let's sit like this and
no,
not move
no,
for the
you
rest
you
of
are
life.
confusing 0 and 1. The 0
Then what is
does
the
not move,
purpose
but
of
the
the
1
one?
will move.
What's the purpose of the one?
Playing. It's a
For
play.
fun.
For fun.
Okay.
It's like
yeah, but
you
he
go in
still
a
needs
theater.
to play.
It's a play for the world.
So should I play and kill just because I can?
You have no choice. If it is written that you have to kill or whatever, you have no choice.
I believe in
If
that
you
too.
see that the eye is a fake one, then you will see that whatever has to happen, there is no free will, and it will happen by itself.
You don't think that the I could be
I
in a
don't think.
process?
I don't think. What I am doesn't think.
Okay, do you believe? I believe my one believes that every I is a process.
A process.
Yes.
What is that?
Yep. He's going through a process. He goes to a course. He comes to Tiru.
Yes,
He
yes.
goes into the ashram.
But
The zero doesn't go into the ashram.
But
The one goes
why
into
do
the
you
ashram.
go so far? Talking about process. Does this I exist? This is the only question you need to know. Forget everything else. Why do you put your attention there and there again? Stay here. I
staying
exist.
here.
Is that true? I exist. Is that true? I exist. Is that true? Stay there. I exist. Is that true? 24 hours.
Okay.
Maybe for one day you do that and you repeat like me. I exist. Is that true? I exist. Is that true?
Okay. And then?
See what happened?
I understand. I just really want to address the outer world real quick.
The outer world?
Okay.
Yes, but it is here.
So let's just say zeros.
Yes, but
I don't feel you're answering.
But you don't need to prevent
we don't need
the
an
body.
answer. We don't
the
need to know.
You know, this is body mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Some people like in Jakarta call this a shit factory.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay. You don't need to prevent this body mind or this shit factory to do what you have to do, to poo, pee, fuck, eat, whatever. You don't need to change that. You have no power to change that. You have
Okay.
no power. You are powerless. So just stay at zero and let the one, the body mind, do whatever it likes. This is what my teacher said. Stay.
Free will, you don't. My free will chose to come to India.
No.
It appears so. It appears so. It's an appearance. But then it's up to you to believe it or not.
But
You believe it or not?
Do I need to go and buy the ticket? I need
Yes.
to do an action. The free will could have been taken away, and it's not really me, but it's an action
Yes.
that
but
at that same moment I decide. You do.
I decide. But
It's
okay.
still an I. This
you
is
see-
the one speaking. for
Okay,
sure.
I am an actor now, and say, I am an actor, right?
Okay.
And the movie is already written.
Yes.
But there is an actor, he's playing his role, and say, I go to the toilet. Okay?
Yeah.
So, do you read it to that?
Yes.
He pretends, the actor in the movie pretend he's choosing to go to the toilet. But when you are shooting the movie, you know it's not real. He just pretend to have a free will. By game. It's just a game.
So sit back and enjoy the ride.
Yes.
But this one still needs to move.
Yes, let the one move. Why do you bother about that? Let the one
I'm
shout.
not bothering about what's going to happen. But I do need to make whatever's happening right now. I need to physically pick my body up and go to the chai shop.
Then you can question that thought, that belief.
Do I?
Yes, you have to question that.
Okay, so I'm not going to move. I'm staying here now.
But you are
No, I don't want to move.
you're confusing.
But this,
No.
You're confusing your one and your zero in a way that you take when I speak to
I'm
zero.
trying to
I'm
get you to talk about the one and its purpose.
But
in
this
world.
is that, right? The body mind. But
Yeah.
the zero has no shape. Or it's beyond shape
Claro.
or no shape.
No
So
problem.
when I'm talking to you as zero, it's not about this one. When I say you,
But I want you to
no,
talk to me about the
listen
one.
to me. When I say you, I equate you with zero, right?
Okay.
When I say you don't need to move, I'm not talking to the body mind.
Okay.
Do you get that?
Yes.
Let the body mind move.
Okay. Now,
But
can you talk
don't
to
move.
the body mind though?
Sorry?
Can you talk now to the body mind?
I speak to. Yes? So
Yes.
what do you want to do?
I wanna ask about the one.
Yes? Ask something.
I want to know what's. He has a process. Does he have a process?
Yes?
Are we aware if we want to read the
Yeah,
Who Am I
yeah.
book?
Yes, you want
Or
to be
not.
more pure or whatever. For example.
The soul, or no, the soul has, I believe, a mission,
Yes, in the
a
dream.
process.
In the dream.
Okay,
In the dream.
but he does need to motivate this process. He will be reading a book to
But
enhance
let
it.
the one has his dream and his mission and this, but you, what you are, does not mind the one to have some dream and mission.
No
There is no problem.
worries. But now the one that does read the book, act The one does have a will.
Yes, so let him have as a will and you stay quiet.
No problem. And now I'm the one. Like this is the 0, and now I'm the 1.
So 0 is not moving. Only this one is moving.
Okay.
0 is quiet anyway.
Okay, but we still have a 1.
Yeah, so let the one. Why do you bother? Let the one do whatever he has to do.
I'm letting him do,
Yes,
but I'm also
fine.
the 1.
Yes,
So I'm also doing.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I
But you can't question this sense of doing. Self-inquiry
can't
is to put your
question.
attention here and
I
question.
can't question.
You by bringing your attention here, the sense of doing. This is self-inquiry, because the sense of I can be felt physically, emotionally, mentally, right? So you grasp any way you want to grasp the sense of I. So now you talk about the sense of doing.
The physical.
Any physical, emotional,
Yeah.
any way you sense the
Emotional,
I, bring your attention here and stay with the sense of I. And don't move from there and question its validity. Is it real?
Yes.
Because otherwise you stay in it and you go out again. I.
No, I can absorb
But
it.
then you-
I can absorb it. The I.
You bring your attention back here and you put attention on the sense of I. Physically, emotionally, or mentally, as you like. Whatever comes first. What is the strongest for you? You bring your attention there and you stay there. It's like self-inquiry. It's like the camera light of consciousness that you bring, like you have a big spot, a big light, and you put your light on this sense of I. And it's like a rubber, you know. As long as your attention is out, the rubber is there, pretending. But when you bring your attention, the light of consciousness on the rubber, then it disappears because it's afraid to be caught, in a way, or it's seen as a phantom, as you like. Like that.
Oh no. Mosquitoes, but okay.
Who wants some?
I'm fine.
A little bit? You want?
But we're still not addressing the 1.
Sorry? Don't say any mistake. You're not allowed to say anything wrong.
Who, me?
I'm joking.
Why? I could be talking bullshit. Who cares? Who cares?
I agree with you, but I'm playing, no?
Yeah,
I like
I
to
know.
play.
That's why I'm getting into the conversation with you, because I feel we can.
It's
and
true.
You won't be.
No, it's fake,
offended in
but
a
it's
way.
true fake.
It's
True
true.
fakeness.
Yeah. What's fake?
It's all fake, but we are speaking truly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like everything is a dream. It's that like, but put it in a more positive way. So it's like you will think, oh, if I don't do anything, then what's my responsibility to the world? But that it's also a dream. The responsibility
Yes.
doesn't exist.
Exactly.
But it still
But
happens.
even if you
No. For what
Doesn't-
you are, it's not happening.
No.
If you see from 0, it's not happening. It seems to happen.
yeah, that's also a dream. But you don't need to worry about that, because even you understand it's a dream, it won't stop you from doing things you want to do.
It has no power.
Okay.
0 has no
You will
power.
still help the world. You will still be the
Yes,
healer.
be happy. She's good for you.
I'm listening.
I'm very
But
bad.
then
Why?
you don't need
Everyone's
to be
good.
frustrated if nothing happened to your will, because that you can't control.
But there are things I can control. I could get into this conversation in order to understand more.
You mean,
Right now, right here.
yeah,
Any conversation with someone about being a better person, about talking about your soul, about anything. No?
yeah, it's
But even that is in the dream.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
that process
Exactly.
is in the
This
dream.
is the one speaking.
It doesn't matter for what you are. So let the...
But he
it's
still
unfold.
needs it in order to progress.
you
But
think
who needed the one to progress? Who needs
The
that?
one.
Yes, so you have to
If
know
the one
where you
doesn't
are
progress, he's going to die from boredom.
in the dream. So
True.
what matters?
something you think it's your free will doing move you here, but maybe not. Maybe like previous life you already his students. That's why you're here. That's everything can explain that. Not your free will.
I agree. I agree that our soul built this and laid it all out, But still, I need to make it happen. My free.
When you say stop, when you say that, bring your attention.
Mm-hmm.
I instead of, because you're strengthening it, right? But if you're really questioning,
Does the I need to do this or this?
no, but it's
He needs to buy the plane ticket. Does he need to physically
Yes,
buy a
but
plane
the sense
ticket?
of I, when it's strong like this, you can to slow down a little bit. It's just a tool. What you are does not need that. But now I'm speaking more to the one to soothe, to make the dream a little bit smoother. Then self-inquiry is meant for that, or to say, "Am I?"
So it's
The sense of I
It's
is
chill with
softened. Yes,
but you
chill.
still need to do it.
No, from then when it is more quiet, it is seen as an illusory free will. But still, for many years, for over 20 years, I'm watching this process of deciding. And sometimes it's like, you don't know what, but it is decided. It happens, but I don't feel I've done anything.
But you're-
The feeling of doing it disappears.
The happening is you doing as well. You may be
But the sense- but what-
following a script, a
Yes,
play.
but what is changing is the sense of doership. The sense of doership is not there, or less there. It's like there is a sense of I, but you see the I as not. So there is a difference of taking the I for real and having a sense of I to function in the world. Okay?
Because the I needs to get out of bed.
To what?
The I needs to get I out of bed.
Yes, to
In the morning.
buy or something or whatever.
In the morning,
Yes.
At
to
all.
be. Yes.
period. He needs to get him out of the bed. If
But-
not,
but-
he stays in bed.
Yeah, but sometimes there is a sense of I, sometimes not. Sometimes you are in the
Just
absence
get
of
out of
I.
bed.
You know, when you are in the more like am I state, there is no I, and most of the day
I agree with that.
you are not there. Most of the day, most of the day you are not there, right? I is not there most of the day, but sometimes it appears and take over. But most of the time, it's happened by itself. You go to pee or you eat an ice cream that you ate or love, whatever. Then, but you don't mind. The I is not there at that time necessarily. It can be or not. When you eat an ice cream, is there the I is there or not? It depends. Sometimes it's totally absent. You are in the power of now.
Believe.
It's like no, you can't find any I in any doing. Is it like that? Those doing things has no I.
It depends
It's
from where you
one.
see. If you are engrossed in the doership, then you see that you think that the mind, you feel the I is doing. But if you question it, you look,
You look, then you think that's
you see that it's
that's not
fake.
true.
It's
That's
fake.
fake. There's no I in any doing.
The I is a phantom. So then it's softer to see it as a phantom, as we said at the beginning, rather than to want to kill it. Then you don't need so much fire. We meditate 20 hours a day.
Even if we embrace the I, I'm just stuck on this same thing. There's still an I, man.
But it's seen as a phantom. That is the only difference. When it is taken for real, if you say I exist and it is taken for truth, then you are stuck in the wind. I mean, you take it for real, so then you are in trouble. When you see it as an appearance, then you breathe more softly. That's the only difference. So I exist, is it true, is the main question.
Is it true?
Is that true?
No, I don't understand.
I exist.
Yeah.
Is that true? It's like an inquiry, you know, who am I? Who am I is more like a Zen koan from your neighbors from Japan.
Well,
So-
it stands from China.
Or China, yes, China. Sorry.
Get the country straight.
Yes.
I am.
Sorry.
Don't give the Zen to.
Yes.
Everyone's got their shit. They're good stuff.
What I was saying was,
The Zen, who am I as a Zen?
yes, it's like a koan. You know koan? Koan Zen. Koan is a sentence or a short story to stop the mind, because it has a kind of way to stop the mind, right? So who am I is like this. It's not a question who am I and we need an answer with the mind. if you are starting, that's good to catch that.
Yeah.
You ask, who am I? And the question is like bring you in a space of no I. You watch at the I, but you don't wait for an answer from the mind. It's more like an opening question. Am I? Who am I or am I? If you want to make less personal, am I?
I like that more. Thank you.
And the am I? Karl Renz is suggesting this to like am I am. But you can say just am I also. Am I? It's like a Quan Zen, you know? And you don't need any answer. It's like a
Am
no
I
answer.
is more of a doubt.
Sorry?
It's more of a doubt. I actually like that. Like, am I?
Yes, I'm out. And then it's the
I
I
like
is
that.
You because you doubt the existence of the I. You question it.
The
You
I
dare-
likes that.
You dare to question its existence. Am I? Then it's like sin.
don't know, am
sin. If you understand that when your attention is out on object, then the I is fortified. When you bring attention to the center, to I, then it is seen and lessened. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So it loses power. So if your attention is out, full power, I. If your attention is towards the subject, his power is diminished. Because the attention is a quality, we call this surat in Sanskrit, but in another, attention. Attention, it's a quality, still, it can be seen as the self, the source, not the source, but the self, the attention itself, which does not need attention, right? The attention itself. It's not the beggar. This beggar needs attention, always looking for attention, right? But the attention itself, the self, that is the attention which does not need attention. But the attention expressed, then it is expressed in time and space, right? So my attention expressed
Sorry, I think I lost you. Can you just repeat that again?
what I am as zero or self is the attention which does not need attention, right? But when it is
Like a
expressed,
validation?
sorry,
Like validating it?
no, it's complete in itself. It does not need attention because it is attention. So there is no subject or object. So attention is not a subject who needs attention of an object. It is attention without subject or object, right? Complete in itself. Complete attention, so it's fulfilled, right? In itself. But when it is expressing itself, this attention becomes like a beggar, right? And the beggar is begging for objects because he thinks he needs object to be more complete. So I'm begging for love, ice cream, and so on, right? And I try to
In
catch
that
this
order.
object. Or
Maybe the other way
altogether.
around.
Or what you said at the same time.
No, we just kidding a little.
I think I understood.
Sorry. We
No,
like the
why
ice
not?
cream.
No, it's better to joke because it's a big joke anyway. So it's better to joke than to be.
It's all fake anyway.
We're going to be serious also sometimes. But if your attention is scattered, then yes, the attention is like string, you know. Non-expressed as a self, the attention, the perfect attention, non-expressed is a attention that not need attention. When it is
Sorry, I
expressed,
love you,
it's
but
like
like it was on you.
spring set,
More and more now.
string set from the subject to object. So you may pull the string to the subject, the attention. So you pull your attention back to where. Don't disturb the class, please. You will be beaten.
Yeah.
It's him, he did that.
No, but it's for you. I tell you something especially for you if you are
Yes.
more new. Your attention, you understood the attention can be scattered.
Yeah.
Then it's like strings. Then your job is to pull strings of the attention, which is on the outer object. You pull the string of attention to the one subject, I. Then for this you have work for some time.
Yeah,
Which-
I've got work.
With that, no.
home
I've
and
got
do
plenty of work.
But this is only for the one. What you are, zero, does not need to do anything. At the same time,
But observe. Just observe.
the zero
one.
does not need to observe.
Observe
It's already
the one
if you-
working. I don't know. Carry on.
You can do the work for the one, but at the same time, as the awareness that what you are does not need anything. You can
Okay.
do the double job. doing and not doing. You understand?
Yes.
A bit?
A bit, yeah.
Yes, maybe.
So if you come back tomorrow morning, because there is one in the morning, if you come back, we check.
Are you kicking us
No, I'm
out?
joking. No. But then you have a direction, right? Do you like this direction?
Yeah, I think so.
So, and you don't need any special circumstance for that. You can be in the bathroom, please. Or you can be in the bakery or in the street or anywhere. It's a meditation which does not require any circumstances,
Yeah.
right? Now you can do.
Okay.
Where is your attention now?
Trying to understand you.
Yes, but while you are here, can you withdraw your attention from the center?
Maybe.
You are here, your attention is on there. Can you pull the string and stay here? Can you pull the string by yourself?
Like be the.
Can you try? And bring it back to the center. Try harder maybe.
I'm trying.
So hard.
So hard.
You are very hard strings,
Yeah, and heavy.
Scottish strings. No?
No,
No, he's the Scottish. He's the English. It's
English
harder. It's
strings.
harder. It's harder.
Like neighbor,
we're far more
navy,
lost. We're far more lost in England.
big string.
Big,
My-
heavy, and
my
they're so
attention
far
is-
away. Yeah.
So I give you back.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, maybe a question to make our life more easy
Nah.
if we're doing this. So, is making a decision or a commitment and keeping it, bringing the 1 and the 0 together? So if I just say, okay, I want to live healthy, I'm going to eat healthy, I'm going to do yoga. If I just do it without thinking about it, isn't that the 1 and the 0 together? The one's
No, it's just the
happy.
1. The 0 has nothing to do with that. The 0 does not need anything. What you are, it does not need anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot bring the 1 and the 0 together.
Okay.
The 1 we say 1 and 0, 0. But the nature of the 1 is 0.
Mm-hmm.
The 0 is always there, whether there is a 1 or not. But the 1, sometime here, sometime not. What to do?
So when they say Advaita, non-duality, it doesn't mean bringing them together. It means just the one's away, just 0.
0 is enough for me. Some
Okay.
people might speak differently, but for me, no notion is already non-duality.
Okay.
No notion.
But what's happening at the same time with the 1?
It doesn't matter for the 0, but
It doesn't matter, but what is happening?
it's dreaming.
Yeah.
It's dreaming.
The one.
He is doing yoga.
Well,
it.
yes, or anything. Or
For example,
visiting China.
having chai.
Visiting China.
We'll stick with the chai. We'll stick with the chai.
The
Yes.
one is a game, a dream.
Sometimes it's a nightmare, sometimes it's a nice dream. That's all. So,
I'm calling bullshit on this thing. Really?
It's not working.
but you don't have a.
I do.
I do.
I should.
Oh, it's 6, so we might, unless you have some question, we might stop. The next place, did I tell you from 1st January I will be in another place?
I won't
Yes.
be here.
I told you,
Yeah,
because my memory is crap.
you're in your pace.
Yes, so there will be no mosquitoes. Prohibited.
These are the problem hours. Sunrise, sunset.
But it's not too bad, at least for me. Is it
Because
bad?
I see they don't sit on you. They come to you and go away.
Yeah, they fly around. And
Yeah.
Tomorrow's
Man,
10:30.
This, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I saw that as
That's a
well.
shame because we already do a tantra class.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, because we would come.
like chilling through my
So what are you doing it for?
No, I tell
Can
you,
I have some of that, please? I can't find mine. I cannot find it. Maybe my 0 will.
because
doesn't care about
I was planning to change the talk starting from Monday, from tomorrow, every afternoon here, 4 p.m. Right?
Yeah.
That was my plan. But I rented a new place from 1st January, and I can change the plan again. I don't know. You want to keep on
Yes.
the talk at 4 p.m.?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you're doing it tomorrow, then yeah.
Thank you.
4 p.m.
Okay. Okay. So, you would be interested to come at 4 p.m.
Oh, 4 p.m.
Yeah, I would. I would definitely come. And
Yeah.
we would definitely.
We will
But
come
not
at 4.
10:30, right? And it's good, you know why? Because 10:30 there is samadhi something of Arti Ramana. So I thought it was the wrong time.
That's tomorrow?
Yeah.
Perfect,
Yes.
thanks for reminding me.
So
The art exhibition thingy. with
10:30.
the- Nice.
So would you
Perfect.
be interested? Maybe for you, if you would like to
At
come,
least we know we have something to do.
would 4 p.m. would be more.
You
If
coming
you,
tomorrow?
I don't know.
no, I don't say you have to tell me. It's not.
Yeah.
There is no commitment.
Yeah.
But just to have an idea, would it support more? Would be more on the 10:30 or 4 p.m. side if you had a choice?
You do
4,
what you
4
do.
p.m. would be better if I had a yeah. I
Huh?
doubt I'd be here at 10:30.
The thing is, everything's always on round about 10:30, 11.
So 4 p.m. would
4
be
p.m.
better
will be
I think
better.
that's a better.
if you
Yeah,
would
yeah.
come
Mm.
for everybody. Okay.
Okay, we'll definitely
Oh,
come
she didn't
since
answer. So.
since
So-
we're the one that mentioned it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
So.
Okay. Even if you don't, then there is no absolute commitment because you have no free will.
yeah.
Nice comeback. Nice punchline.
No clue.
I like that.
You'd make a good lawyer.
So I will cut that.